With the help of a new campaign, the Cruising Association CA wants to mitigate the consequence of Brexit for British cruising sailors and enable them to travel longer to the EU. The organization sees the maritime culture threatened. The transition phase is over. The United Kingdom has been a third country since January 1st. British recreational sailors can stay and move around in the Schengen area relatively easy for a maximum of 90 days within a period of 180 days without a visa. The British Cruising Association thinks this is too short and not fair, also because sailors from the EU can usually visit the United Kingdom for up to 6 months without a visa. That is why they are now campaigning for a change in the regulations. Just like other affected groups such as second homeowners and musicians, the CA has already tried in the past to negotiate with members of parliament and ministers on the issue, without success. The fact that the British government is now considering addressing the problems resulting from the 90-day travel limit for musicians is encouraging, writes the CA on its website, and at the same time advocates that any solution should also include longer amateur sport trips. In a letter to the Secretary of State for Digital, Culture, Media and Sport, Sir Robin Knox-Johnston, patron of the Cruising Association, argued again for an adjustment or extension of the travel period for British sailors. "We are happy about the visit of EU sailors, but we want equality," is the clear demand. According to the letter, he sees the 90-day limit as a threat to maritime culture and the future of Great Britain's cruising sailors. The approximately 30,000 British sailors whose boats are in EU waters are particularly affected by the unjust regulation. On the campaign website, the Cruising Association wrote to those boat owners, "If you go to your boat on May 1st, you can use it for up to 90 days until July 30th. After that, you have to leave all countries of the Schengen area and can only return 180 days after May 1st. That means October 28th. This makes longer trips within the Schengen area impossible." As a precautionary measure, the CA is not only seeking talks with its own government and the working group of State Secretary Oliver Dowden, but also with individual EU countries. From special 180-day cruising visas for members to simplified application procedures for long-term tourists in certain countries, various options are being discussed that could at least bring more freedom to a localized area. Each EU member state can set its own requirements for visas and permits longer than 90 days, so our local teams will work out the best strategy for each country, the CA said in a statement on the campaign. Initially, efforts will be focused on governments, MPs and local politicians in Sweden, the Netherlands, France, Spain, Portugal and Greece, and an appeal is made to them again online. "We call on our destination countries to seize the opportunity to maintain British boat activity in the coastal regions by offering a cruising visa for up to 180 days, regardless of the 90 days restriction in the Schengen area. However, the British cultural industry can count on further state aid now." In the new budget, which the Finance Minister Rishi Sunak presented yesterday, the equivalent of around 470 million euros are also earmarked for museums, theatres and galleries. A reconstruction fund for culture amounting to 1.8 billion euros was already known. In the coming months, the corona restrictions are to be lifted gradually. Cultural institutions could not reopen until May 17th at the earliest. And because many talked about this yesterday, German hairdressers have opened on Monday, and I was lucky to get an appointment on Tuesday already. I keep my fingers crossed for all my viewers in the UK that still look like I looked last week. But if you want to stay informed, please subscribe to my channel and to my other channels. I'll see you in my next video. Auf Wiedersehen.